thought they eat fish because they go like that and they scoop everything up in their mouth.
That video showed them eating everything.
I had no idea.
Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, whatever you're celebrating. Feliz Navidad.
Happy peace and quiet.
Happy peace and quiet. I have no TV, so peace and quiet.
Thumbs up for Jenny's background because it's Lucy and Braxy on the
screensaver.
My little baby right there. She's so cute.
Winter solstice. It looks just like her, didn't it? I put black Cane Corso with Santa hat, and that's what came up.
My cousin gave me a picture because I saw him yesterday when we were with family of one of her baby pictures before he had her ears cropped. Oh my gosh, I got to show it to you. It's the most freaking precious thing. She never lost her puppy face, dude.
Oh, get a little ear bit back.
Mm-hmm. And I could, like, there was 11 puppies, and I can tell which one's Braxy because she's only got a tiny, tiny smidgen of white right there on her chest. Look at her siblings in the back. Their patches of white are huge, you know?
Wow.
And it was like super, super, super tiny. So
big paws.
My little baby right there is just, oh my gosh.
That's actually not Lucy. For those commenting in the chat, that was as close as I could get to her. I typed in orange Mancoon. It's got too much white around the mouth. Lucy has no white. She's all orange. Oh, and look at the puppies.
That's when she was like, I think 3 weeks old.
Little white on her toes.
Mm-hmm. It's like, oh my gosh, that dog.
We're actually going to get up to close to 50 on Christmas Day after all the sub-zero weather we've been having. I'm like, okay. The snow is actually melting off, which it never does till April. So I'll take it.
Did you get dinner? Did you get dinner? Did Daddy feed you? Beebs is here. She wants to say hi to everybody. Say hi.
Hey, Braxy, we got you with the Santa hat.
There's you right there. There's you right there, baby. Oh,
it's hard to get black cats and black dogs to show up.
Oh.
Hey, Lori from The Way of Positive Change. Lori and I are going to be live on Christmas Day together around roughly right around 4 Eastern, 3 Central. For anybody that wants to join us on Christmas Day.
Braxy says Merry Christmas too. If you can hear her, she's over here saying Merry Christmas. Say Merry Christmas.
He's saying, "Where are the treats, Mom?"
I know. I need to buy her another Mr. Pickles because do you hear her? Her demon cousin destroyed her last one. So the new ones don't have a Santa hat. It looks like they have wizard hats. They're like blue. So I'm gonna go pick one up for her tomorrow for her Christmas and get her more treats because I bought her a big old thing of puppy ice cream from Ben and Jerry's. So she got one yesterday. So
I have a Santa hat for the cats, but I can't get them to keep it on with a little beard. And then I have a little elf hat.
Yeah, you can't.
Can't get any of them to keep it on. So let's see, Johnny, you got new class in January?
No. Yes, but the list is full. I'm going to do another one in April. So.
You snooze, you lose. Right, Braxy?
Like, Mommy's rubbing my ears and I love it. So, she's being a little brat.
You can't even see your face, Braxy. It's just a black hole.
You can see her little Christmas bandana from the groomers. But
yeah, I can see her bandana.
Yeah, I know. Merry Christmas to you too. Merry Christmas.
You're all fancy.
You have a lot to say. You have a lot to say.
Singing Christmas carols.
Uh-huh. What? You can't. You want to come up here and sit on my lap? You're too big. You're gonna break my leg.
I can't believe it's Christmas week. I just can't believe. Like, I went in for my guitar lesson Thursday. I'm like, oh my god, there's no lesson next Thursday. It's
I can't
Christmas.
believe the year's over.
The year is over.
4 days is Christmas.
Yeah. I'm not going to do the New Year's Eve live this year. Chat people. If you want to donate to a charity, all of our previous live streams, the donate button is still active. You can still go and use those donate buttons if you want to, but we're not going to do our 7-hour marathon we usually do. Getting a
Or
bit.
see if somebody else is going to do it, and then let us know.
Yeah, somebody else invite us if somebody else wants to do it. It's hard to come up with enough questions for that long.
Sorry about Braxy. She's in a mood tonight, and she's being quite vocal. So I will mute myself to not interrupt. Because
That's all right.
This one
Like
has
your scene.
she has a lot to say tonight. So
Oh, Christmas tree. Oh, Christmas tree.
I know what.
Like, you didn't get me an advent calendar.
Those things sell out so fast. What do you want? Can you see her tilting her head? What do you want?
Mhm.
You want to come sit on my lap? You're too big. You're gonna break my legs.
You're not a lap dog.
You're too big. You're too large. It's not even dinner time yet. You gotta wait 10 more minutes unless daddy already fed you and you're trying to get second dinner. You trying to
Part
get
Hobbit. First breakfast, second breakfast, first dinner, second dinner.
Are you trying to get a second dinner? Are you a little hobbit dog? She doesn't even. Or do you want to help us read tarot tonight? Is that what you want to do? Where's your tarot cards? Go get them. Go get them.
She's like, what?
Where'd you put your tarot cards that Mystery Achiever sent you? Your little book and everything. Yeah, go get them. Go get them. Good girl. Okay. Oh, Lord.
My. Not having a TV is kind of interesting. And then, like, slamming myself with news at night from YouTube to try to catch up with what's going on. Anything big breaks, Becca, you got to text me because I have no clue.
Yeah, these next few days, we're going to be kind of busy because we're going to be traveling quite a bit. So, but I'll check my phone periodically because I get my stuff from TikTok. I got rid of Twitter. I don't ever go on Blue Sky. I have no news. I canceled all my subscriptions, minus like my Spotify. So I have the only way that I know anything is from TikTok, from people reporting. So
Braxy, if she reports.
yeah, I'm gonna go ask Ina if she's been fed in her pie hole because she could be screaming for dinner. I'll be back.
Okay. Yeah, it's very, very quiet in the house, not having a TV at all, like nothing, because I usually use a TV to drive myself to sleep. It's like, wow, what did I do before I had TVs?
My computer, I have one here that I'm always looking at, and this one over here plays all YouTube videos that I can watch when I'm trying to go to sleep. But the bad part is I can it's bad too because I'm trying to actually watch something and then I'll fall asleep on it, but I can't stay asleep because something's talking, and so then I'll wake back up again and then go to sleep and wake back up again. That it's bad, but
I think my DVR box went out. I have Dish TV. I think the DVR burned out, and that's why I can't get it to come on. I did have a huge icicle on the dish, but I knocked it off, so it's not the icicle blocking it. But I haven't had time to have them come and figure out what's wrong with it, so I just went without. And I'm like, dang, I could save over $100 a month if I just cancel my TV subscription. I could live without it.
Uh-huh. I mean, once you break down all the streaming things, it equals up to the amount of cable anyhow, because I got pretty much all of them, and they're all going up again too. This one's $20, that one's $22, this one's $29, and okay, we'll be back up to $110 for cable again.
I do have to say I miss the Hallmark Christmas movies.
You can find that on YouTube. YouTube has videos for free, and you have YouTube Premium, and so you can play a lot of movies for free.
I've been watching a lot of YouTube movies, and I have a playlist for like movies. I've got one for British TV that I like, and they keep sometimes they'll put things up for a while and then they take them down, and then all of a sudden my playlist is blank. I'm like, where'd it go? Yeah, Hallmark's on YouTube, so I've seen some of the. It's mostly, I think, the older movies on YouTube.
I just seen a Hallmark ornament. It's tarot cards. I think it was 2021 though, or something like that. I didn't know they made.
The only thing I'm worried about now is I'm going to burn my phone out because I'm watching everything on my phone, because I don't sit at my computer to watch things on YouTube. I watch it on my phone.
It'd be fine. That's what I have to do when I go anywhere. Is watch on the phone.
I keep it plugged in so that it doesn't overheat when I'm watching. But like there's certain games, like if you play, your phone heats up more.
It's hot. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's certain times when I'm watching YouTube, it heats up more. I'm probably going to have to get a new phone next year. Right after I bought this one, like less than a month, I dropped it and got a crack in it. And that was the reason I bought a new one, is because I cracked it and moisture started getting in. It started getting to where it wouldn't hold the charge. But well, let's see. One thing that came out Ghislaine has petitioned for a new trial. One thing that came out in her petition was that they had 25 men that they had done secret settlements with out of court. Like that had come after Epstein and Ghislaine, the 25 men, or what would be men now, that were probably young men in the day. Are we going to see any of those men come out like the girls have? Start doing some interviews and stuff. The girls have been quite brave, because, I mean, Epstein was unalived in his cells. It's dangerous for them to come out. They've been quite brave. Thank you, democracy.
Goodness. I like when cards are simple.
You're going to start hearing from some of the men that were abused by Ghislaine and Epstein.
Yes. First card to fly out was the Devil, and the second card was the Eight of Wands. That's the card of communication and the card of the Devil. So they will be talking about all the corruption and the demonic things that were going on. There is also the Three of Pentacles collaborative efforts and the Justice card. So we're going to see a lot more of this. This, mind you, this is just growing and growing and growing. None of this is shrinking. None of this seems to be going away, which good. The Nine of Wands and the Judgment card. there's going to be a lot of people from the past applying a lot of pressure, a lot of events from the past applying a lot of pressure, a lot of announcements as well, with the judgment card applying a lot of pressure. So yes, to answer the question.
You know, it's funny because this is a no card for me on the bottom, the 3 of Swords, but it's also heartbreak. And I was like, okay, what is it? Yeah, what's it trying to tell me? It's trying to tell me yes. Some of the ones that took settlements, I get that were younger when this happened. Young. And speaking out against powerful men. They're kind of like waiting to see what the government produces first. So they're not finished yet. They'll come out and speak, but they're waiting. And they realize, like, if they move forward about this whole lifestyle of the people that were requesting these young men, they're quite anxious about it. You know, they're nervous about it. They know what Trump has done to others and put them in defense mode. So they're waiting, but they are afraid. So I'm hearing at least 3 are going to come out and start talking. Well, let's see. So to me, the most damning thing that did accidentally not get redacted, although it later got redacted because they pulled some files back and redacted more stuff, even though most of the pages, 90% of it was redacted. And they only released like 2% of the files they have. In one video that was in the release, they were taking a deposition from Epstein. And first they asked him, did you socialize with Donald J. Trump? And he was like, yes, because there's pictures of him. Everybody knows he socializes with him. And they asked him if he socialized with Trump with underage girls. And he pled the 5th, which, yes.
It's easy to say no, but you're under oath.
But you're under oath. So he pled the 5th. There was also rumors that Epstein was trying to tell more people about Trump after he got in the White House, because Trump supposedly offered him a position in the White House. Mm-hmm. I kind of want to know, like, what does Trump think about Epstein now? They were good friends. He speaks very highly of Ghislaine still, but what's he think about Epstein now?
There's a huge amount of worry because Trump doesn't know what he told and what he didn't tell. Because mind you, Epstein has been having conversations back and forth with Vladimir too, all about Donald Trump. There's something around money but at Page of Pentacles, it's on paper. You can find this. The King of Cups, 2 of Pentacles. There is a lot of this and that, and a lot of trying to balance what he hears and what he doesn't hear, and who to trust and who not to trust. And he's very worried because there's a lot of stuff out and he can't control it. And he also doesn't know who knows what and what avenue it went to. because he's kind of finding out a lot of this stuff like we are. Mind you, he was there at the time, but he didn't know that Epstein was talking to this person, or he released that information, because there's the Nine of Pentacles, though. And the Knight of Pentacles, there's a lot of money and a lot of paper trail. And he's very worried about that because the Eight of Swords, he can't stop it. He can't change it. He can't take it back. He can't do anything about it. And the High Priestess, trying to keep it all under wraps. And so he's very worried, is what I get. I didn't get as far as like his Epstein connection or what he thinks about him, but he's extremely worried about what is out there, which you should be.
I get that too. The secrecy and the friendship. Very worried because people in the government just won't let this go. He tries to tamp it down and they won't let it go. There's definitely worry about exposure of who they worked with, the finances, the money, some, the traveling, travel, the communications. He's thinking something kind of changed with Epstein. I think he's more aware now that Epstein was saving things, and holding on to them for just the right moment, saving evidence. I don't think he was aware of that till he found out, what all is in the Epstein files himself. So he feels a little bit put out in the cold by his friend. Like if he were still alive, he would try to block him, his partnership and things. There's the dead guy on the bottom.
It makes sense, because if you think about Epstein kept track of a lot of things, because he was keeping track of all the powerful people on earth and blackmail over blah, 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 and all that kind of stuff. Donald Trump, as we see, is the king of impulse. He has no impulse control whatsoever. It just flies out. You would not think, oh, let me go to this party, sickening party with little kids there, and think somebody's keeping track of him, because everybody else is doing it too. And so why would you write this down? Why would you keep track of this? Why would you keep track of that? We're friends, we're buddies, we're confidants, even business partners.
I'm going to say it again. He wasn't just a client. He was a business partner. You can't convince me otherwise. Because there is no bottom to the barrel of Donald Trump, especially if he can figure out a way to make money.
Miss Teen USA.
If he could figure out a way to make money, he would sell his own daughter after he after he sampled the goods. He would sell his own daughter.
Mm-hmm. There were several things in the report, like he paid $22,000. Trump. There's a photocopy of a check with Trump's signature on it for $22,000. And it says, quote, for a fully depreciated woman. And the check's written out to Epstein for $22,000. So is the fully depreciated woman Melania, who used to date Epstein? $22,000.
He got Epstein sloppy seconds with that one.
$22,000 he paid him for some woman, for a fully depreciated woman.
You cannot convince me that Melania was not getting passed around like a joint at a frat party. You can't convince me.
And the first time they had sex was on Epstein's plane. A fully depreciated woman, an old yam tip.
give me a lived-in person, like, Lord have mercy. Somebody with a couple wrinkles and a gray hair. Is that like fully depreciated? That is a hell of a way to describe somebody. Just say, give me a grown woman, but he wants somebody that looks regular. Is that what it is?
Like a car. Like a car, like go fix it up and then, I'll buy it. But no, he paid $22,000 for a fully depreciated woman.
So now her name is not even Melania, now it's depreciated woman.
Well, that's what I want to know. It was the woman Melania.
Is Melania the DW? Is Melania the DW?
The fully depreciated woman. Johnny can't hold it together now.
Oh, and was Melania the $22,000?
Yeah, a fixer upper. I'd say it's a flipper. Buy it and sell it, resell it.
Lord have mercy. You know what?
She's not worth 22,000 Johnny bucks.
Oh, that woman.
Oh, Jesus.
The best.
That is so rude.
It's so true, though, Johnny. It's so true.
Here's why $22,000? Why not 23.5? Like what?
7 cents.
$23,000 for a fully depreciated woman. I can't do it right now. Is it Melania? So I had a card to fly out. I think this is called the, I don't remember. It's not the Haunted House Tarot. It might be, but it's got ghost in it.
If we're reading on Trump, it's the Haunted House Tarot.
But there's a man. This is the Six of Pentacles. This is my yes card because basically this is you paying for something. And in the Six of Pentacles, it is the man who is charitable, who has means, giving money to the lower class, if you will. And so here there seems to be a couple in love behind a man grappling with a headstone, but the Six of Pentacles says yes, and then I drew one more, the Nine of Cups. There is a person in matrimony marrying the ghost, the fully depreciated woman. So I'm going to go with that is who he paid for. She cost $22,000. I think you need to go get $21,999.99 back, but okay.
in a Whopper or a Big Mac. Get a Big Mac.
That is the rudest thing I ever heard. Depreciated woman. Lord have
A
mercy.
fully depreciated. Like she ain't worth nothing, but I'm paying you 22,000. What'd you get, Becca?
Yes, dog Stork's heart. A friend that had a change of heart. So, yeah, a change of heart.
A dog of a woman.
A bitch that had a change of heart.
Huh?
I'm just saying. Hey, man, if the shoe fits, Johnny, if the shoe fits.
Bite it.
Secrets and mysteries between Epstein and loser Trump. Yeah, here's the fully depreciated, the loser. You want to talk about somebody worth nothing, Trump. Yeah, this was a woman he thought was pretty, but paid up the money.
Dude, he could have gotten a better deal at the dollar store with a coupon.
Thought he was moving up in the world. Yeah, because he was getting a divorce from Marla at the time. He thought he was moving up in the world. So.
Oh, God in heaven.
So
I want to know how many times that woman has thought about him, because she can't stand his ass, dude. I mean, with love like that, who needs enemies, right?
Fully depreciated.
I tell you, she's got rusty rims on the car.
Because when you think about it too, he said, give me a fully depreciated one. Give me whatever you can find out of the closet. They went to her.
But
It ain't like he said, give me her because she looks fully depreciated. No, he put in an order and they said they picked her off the rack and said, here.
because you know why, Johnny? Trump is a cheap bastard and hookers and blow is expensive. Okay, he got a deal anyway. He could get it. Hookers and blow is expensive. You had to get a discount somewhere, dude. You got to get a discount somewhere.
Well, I mean, because mind you, what it sounds like, because if you look at her past, or maybe just alleged past, basically fully depreciated means passed around, is what it sounds
Yeah.
like to me.
Yes.
So
I told you, getting passed around like a joint at a frat party, dude.
also in the files that didn't get redacted, so somebody was leaking some stuff, and we'll read on that. I think that oops, I didn't redact that. Marla Maples had gone to Epstein's Island with Tiffany and Trump. It's on the flight logs and stuff several times, and she was also at one of their modeling events. And she was pulling mothers to the side and telling them not to let their daughters near him. So are we going to see Marla Maples testify or anything? Are we eventually somewhere
Still
going to
alive?
see-
Is she still alive? Marla Maples?
I'm pretty sure she is, isn't she? Wasn't she at
Hey,
Tiffany's wedding?
be careful with the stairs, girlfriend, because you know what happened to the other homegirl, and she ended up in a
Yeah,
in the
she's still married.
of the golf course.
Still married. She's still alive. It's only 2 years younger than me, so I'm 64, so she's 62.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm going more so her name may come up some more. I don't know if she is interested in coming forth and saying anything, but her name is going to come up some more because, as you just said, there's the children, 6 of cups, and then there's the tower, which can be a warning. So this could be her trying to expose what was going on there. And the Ace of Wands and the 3 of Pentacles gives me the indication that she just may have some sort of joint thing with someone where they all may be all together and she's just a part of it. But in the end, I get the 10 of Swords and the World. I don't think she'll be in public somewhere because the World is more of my audience card. The 10 of Swords is a no. But she is still going to back up what she said here about the children and the tower. So I don't think she'll do any press conferences, but we'll see.
I mean, yeah, that's one reason Trump wants to stay married to Melania, so she can't testify against him. But yeah, Marla, what you getting, Becca?
No. Bouquet, house, coffin, no. If she does, it'll be closed, private, closed losses. So there's offers or gifts that were given to the family or offers or gifts that were given at a property somewhere where she was living, but it's closed. There's an ending there, a loss of some sort. So I'm going to go with a no.
I'm getting a yes that an investigator will talk to her now, whether it's public or private. About Epstein. I don't know why Epstein shows up as the King of Cups. Things that will get illuminated on, but they will try to protect her. So, it could be behind closed doors. But that could change a lot because she knows how they bullied and trafficked, loser Trump. Just like Melania, they know what the business was. And she would come out very strongly, for the children, but she's also worried about falling down a flight of stairs.
And you know what's even more disgusting? All of his kids know. All of his kids know. Every single one of them. And they don't give 2 rats booties about any of it. Because that's how they made money.
Mm-hmm.
So are we going to see is someone eventually, it's not going to be with Pam Bondi there while Trump's in office, but are we going to see the financial connections to Epstein? Are we going to see the files? But I was watching an interview with one of the women. I think it was on CNN, and she was talking about one of the things when she was 14 years old that Epstein did to keep her in line, so to speak, was tell her, I know everybody. I own the banks, I own the president, I own people overseas. He had taken her over to like somewhere, Saudi Arabia or somewhere, and he's like, I know these people, so you better be careful what you say and who you say it to.
A lot of people in Hollywood do such a thing too, especially with the young kids that they're grooming and all that type of stuff. That I know everybody, and not only that, they'll put money into that child's family, and then can use that as leverage to snatch it away at any moment, and then your family's back to the dirt type thing. But I get, yes, there is the Six of Swords. This is overseas, and the Hierophant, which means these are people in very high places. The Lover's card and the Ace of Wands. And so this is not just overseas, but it is moving someone across the water, back and forth, back and forth. And so there is a lot of money and a lot of hands. A lot of them can be, the little foot soldier people too. But with this Lovers and Hierophant, these are also people in very high places. And so I think so, yes.
Wow, they have moved money around all over the place. Yeah, it's global. Like they would have to track down everywhere they moved it to. But I get it's once Trump is separated from his office, there's money laundering, anxiety here. I think they paid for people to be taken out. So there'll be something that might prove some of that. People are also going to talk. So whether that's the bankers or whoever, Epstein held his money pretty close to his chest, but there were big sums, big gifts that were given to him, and then it's like bing, 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 he's moving it again. So I do feel like they'll secure it. But it might not be till Trump's out.
Can I go now?
Mm-hmm.
Cross tree letter. That reads like a report that someone's health is suffering. But to answer the question, the report would come out after there's some sort of punishment, or like somebody's guilty, or a punishment, like a penalty or contempt, because it has a lot of branches and it grows, the results of it. But it's not going to get handed over. It has to come with some sort of a punishment for not complying. That's how you get it. But that also reads like a report of someone's health that's really, really bad.
Yeah. So, what's his name? Rokana and Thomas Massey are writing up articles of impeachment for Pam Bondi or contempt charges. Will they impeach her?
Well, they're doing both.
They're doing both. Hold her in contempt and impeach both.
Yeah, they're doing both.
Okay.
So
will they?
The way that Rokana, because I was watching him on TikTok. And I'm like, well, how the hell is that going to work? Because she's DOJ. And he was saying that the type of contempt that they're holding her under, I forget the technical term, but that doesn't require the courts. So I'm wondering if they're going to
contempt of Congress. Contempt of Congress.
No, it's not contempt of Congress. Inherent contempt. Inherent contempt is what they're doing. What him and Massey are doing. And I was like, well, great. Now we're going to sit around and wait 2 years for it to go through the courts. But Rokana was saying it doesn't require the courts. So I'm wondering if they're just going to sick the sergeant at arms or whatever to arrest her or do something. You know what I mean? Because if we know anything, Trump and his ilk are the master of gumming up judicial progress and ignoring orders. Yeah. So,
Will they be successful? Will they get this through Congress? Contempt and impeachment?
What do they want from her? Is it information, like messages?
All the files, the videos, the text, the everything. There's over 300 trillion gigabytes, I think, that the FBI had, according to Kash Patel. And they only gave 2 gigabytes, so it's like 2%, less than
Because I
2%.
get whatever they are after gets released of some kind of. So I have the Knight of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles.
And the other problem, like what they did give them, it's all heavily redacted.
dude, do you know how much toner they ran out of paper just to print black pages?
Black pages, and then a picture of Clinton with Epstein, or a picture of.
At this point, what that tells me is Congress, do this. We don't care. What are you going to do?
To me, the fact that much was blacked out is Trump's name's in there an awful lot.
Besides trolling the Congress and saying we don't have to listen to you, we do whatever the hell we want, and good luck holding us in any way accountable. So
are they going to be successful at holding Bondi to the flame?
I got a yes, and it's coming shortly. It's on its way to being delivered. The moon, the clover, and the rider. It's on the way. Something that is seen very positively. It's got a lot of positive spin in the media. It's got the support in the media, but it's on the way. It's being delivered. So.
I mean, if you think about it, like they voted unanimously in the Senate to release these files when they created the law.
My question is, though, Ro Khanna and Thomas Massie are drawing up articles of impeachment and inherent contempt of Congress. However, Mike Johnson sent everybody home.
Right.
So is the Congress just not going to work forever? So that, do you see what I'm saying? Like, I just don't understand.
They start again January 3rd or whatever, and then you have your new person that was elected in Georgia that's got to get sworn in, which he'll probably, not do for months.
Dude, all I'm going to say is whoever's the next AG better take that little Keebler elf on the shelf looking mofo by the ear and throw his ass in jail. Not only for what he's doing right now to helping to cover up, but what he did back in 2020 trying to help overturn an election. Okay, enough.
I'm getting a yes too. What are you getting, Johnny?
Yes.
There may be a delay because they're not meeting, they're not getting together in the government, but they're working behind the scenes on justice for this and talking, even though they're not meeting. And I think it'll surprise her because she thinks they won't do it, but there is a delay. She may move some more evidence to them, but it's going to also be redacted. She's got the tower coming for her. I guess she won't finish her term, so that tells me she'll get removed, not just impeached, but removed. They're going to go after her big time.
Jenny, can I ask a follow-up question?
Yes, ma'am.
This whole Pam Bondi situation. If we rewind the tape back to Trump's first term, when Epstein got that sweetheart deal, she was the AG. Is she going to be held responsible for? Because this cover-up goes back to when she was an AG.
Yeah. Will she have any
Epstein-related consequences, legal
consequences for giving him that sweetheart deal back in
and they
2008 or whenever that was?
They broke all sorts of laws because they didn't even tell the victims. The victims
Right.
had no clue. None.
And the victim's lawyers want to fight that because they were never told. So let's
Yeah.
see. Will she have any consequences from the sweetheart deal?
Yeah, and a Costco too. I gotta know because the job ends suddenly. Fox, Coffin, Scythe terminated, impeached, removed something, but it when she's gone, and that's the end of it. Nobody's gonna open up that can of worms again. Fox, Coffin, end of a job, suddenly removed. So no, it's like when she's out, and that's it. Case closed. And Fox, Coffin, Scythe, it's not letters, so I wouldn't go as far as saying that she's going to be disbarred. It just says that her job's going to suddenly come to an end. Done.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure. Her job. There's something else going on though, and I can't figure it out. Why they're blocked from doing it? Whether there's not a statute of limitations on what happened to the girls, but there may be a statute of limitations on the sweetheart deal, is kind of what I'm getting. So they may be blocked from pursuing it. What are you getting, Johnny? Because something's...
No, but there's a woman at some point coming after her. So
Speaking
she
of-
may not be for anything that happened in Florida specifically, but there's a woman coming after her for something.
Thank you, Cindy.
Did you all see Fannie Willis in court tearing those people a new butthole? I was like, get it, queen. Get it. It was, oh my God. Mm-mm-mm.
Okay, so back when Epstein was unalived, they went into Epstein's home and there was pictures of all these stacks of disc, computer disk and hard drives and VHS videotapes and stuff all stacked up, and they had pictures of them. And then Bill Barr took 4 days to give the FBI a search warrant access, to release a search warrant so they could go in there and get everything. When they went back, it was all gone. Nothing was in the safe. Nothing was there. It was all gone. But then later, a housekeeper brought some of it to the FBI, brought some of the videos, like, oh, look what I found, right? So is Bill Barr or one of his alliances sitting on a whole bunch of videos? Because they didn't all make it to the FBI later. And taking 4 days to get a search warrant, no, you can get those in the same day.
Bill Barr played a hand in someone's health having a sudden tree,
Relapse.
Scythe, Coffin. I asked, did he play a role in the cover-up? Tree, Scythe, Coffin. He played a hand in someone's health and a sudden ending of life. I'll just put it that way. So I would read that as a yes.
Does he have a lot of stuff? Yes, the devil, first card naturally. The hangman, the 9 of cups is excess. 2. there you go. 5 of Wands, which is a lot of conflict over what? The Ace of Pentacles, which is your stuff, and the Magician, the manipulation, and making things magically disappear. Yes.
Definitely strength and a whole bunch of it. Stole it. Tried to block it from coming out while Trump was in office. He may have even looked into some of it. May have changed some of it, so you may have deleted files or something. But
I mean,
yeah, he's got it. He's moved it.
Wasn't he known as the cover-up king during Trump's first term? Because he covered up a bunch of
He was
stuff.
the second AG. After the first one decided he didn't want to break the law anymore.
The first one, little elf on a shelf.
Yeah, it was the Keebler elf guy that didn't want to break the law, so then they brought in Bill Barr. But Bill Barr covered up for Nixon, wasn't it?
He covered up for the devil himself.
Or was it Bush?
But Bush Senior, he worked with. He goes all the way back.
They used to call him, remember, the cover-up king.
Yeah.
He just made stuff poof disappear, which for anybody else would be tampering with evidence, but apparently not for him. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
So.
Switching gears for a minute, and then we may go back to the files. Kevin McCarthy was at the White House and escorting Trump to the helicopter when he went to Delaware for the transfer ceremony for the 2 soldiers that were killed in Syria. What the hell is Kevin McCarthy doing with Trump? Why is he meeting with him in the White House? Thought we got rid of him. And of all the times for him to be visible with him when all this Epstein stuff's coming up, not a good look. What's he doing there? Hey, Skewy. Skewy's my lovely boy.
So I heard he was warning him, and so that's kind of what I see here too. I got the devil on the bottom. And then the first card is a 7 of Wands, which is elevation, defending yourself, your ideas or your ideals. The 6 of Pentacles, he was giving him something, so giving him, I guess, the reason for defense or defending. There is the Magician and the Justice card, maybe to create some sort of rule system or barrier between him and whoever's coming after him. But I get some sort of warning. Maybe he's just trying to get on his good side and be his best friend again, too, because there's the Wheel of Fortune. He hopes something goes in his favor. 5 of Wands. He's rustling up some tension between Trump and somebody else, too. He's instigating. Who? I don't know. But I got the devil. All of them are the devil, so I don't know.
He's delivering aid on how to create really significant ethical obstacles and delays and obstructions. Rider, bouquet, delivering, offers, cross, guilt, punishment, pain, suffering, key, significant, mountain, delays. He's advising him on how to create obstacles to stonewall everything, and nothing moves forward. Nothing moves forward. Also, something here about not just delivering aid and advising, but another way to interpret that is delivering some sort of a bribe that could get him in serious trouble if he's linked to it. That comes from an enemy. So there's that.
I'm getting both those things too, like how to get to calmer water, get to higher ground. Your boat is sinking, but a foreign payment of some kind, a lot of money. shifting the money to him, and big old cover up, something global, big cover up. I think he also was advising him on not to pardon Ghislaine for some reason, that would cause too much burden on him being Trump. But
you know what though, Jenny? He's so stupid. He's so stupid that he can't figure out that what the DOJ released, nobody is dumb enough to believe the DOJ did that willfully. They know that what was released was under his direction.
yeah,
On top of pardoning Ghislaine while saying I did nothing wrong, I'm not. I mean,
it came out that there's a whole office in Winchester, Virginia, that was doing nothing but redacting Republicans' names out of the Epstein files.
And Trump's, remember, they had 1,000 FBI agents scanning the files to get rid of his name. And then you release black sheets of paper, and then you pardon Ghislaine Maxwell, and we're supposed to believe that you're innocent? Like,
so,
you know, I
want to go deeper on this Kevin McCarthy thing. Why would he do that? Giving him advice. You know, he got no support from him when he was ousted and stuff. Is he in the files? What, or does he know somebody in the files? Like, what's his motivation? Why is he trying to help Trump all of a sudden? Deeper dive. I didn't think he'd pardoned Ghislaine yet. I thought he just moved her to that lower security prison.
It's self-serving because he's trying to cause trouble of some kind. Page Wan's messages back and forth. I think he's the messenger, and this is a group or maybe small group of people. And Kevin McCarthy is just delivering the message on their behalf. They also need something legal to go their way. So maybe some sort of document he could sign or bill that he could sign or something like that. They need something to go there in their favor. But he's causing trouble too, because there's the 9 of Swords and the 2 of Wands. And so he's going to be doing this a few times. This is not just the one. There's a bunch of back and forth coming. Because the 2 of Wands is like the beginning of your plans, not the end. And so he's got a whole lot more that he's going to do, but it's going to cause some issue within his administration though.
It's kind of like all the ones that go to him to get approval on their mergers and things like that. What are you getting, Becca?
Sun, letter, woman, rain, crossroads. There's an energy bill that there's a woman that's wanting it to be contracted to her, and it's more than one contract, multiple contracts. She wants a promise or whatever for that energy bill to go in her favor. A successful bill, an energy bill. There's I want you to write this or tell so-and-so to write this. Promise me the votes, a promise of votes. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's legislative, but I didn't get any money cards, but somebody's going to make a lot of freaking money off of that. So, you know.
Yeah, and it's a quid pro quo too. It's like making Trump anxious by showing strength over him to get him to ease in their direction. So talking, they've got something on him. So it's kind of like blackmail, quid pro quo, like you do this for me, I'll do this for you. Because they could destroy him is what I'm getting. And there are Republicans that are breaking with Trump that would go after him and attack him. So that it's kind of like, how do you get the Republicans in line with Trump when they're starting to break from him? But there's something they're trying to secure overseas. It's something global. Like it's not just for in the U.S. It's something global. So,
and to your point, Jen, the Republicans are going behind his back and undoing a bunch of his executive orders, like when they fired all those federal employees and try to stop federal employees from unionizing. They just voted to undo all that stuff. So, it's like he's not even running the country. They just keep sending him to little, go here and do this, go work on this project. Yeah, go wreck that part of the White House and build a ballroom. And meanwhile, you have Stephen Miller and all the crazies running the government. It's not him. He's too stupid to put two and two together.
As long as they do his bidding, going after his enemies, he's fine. He's happy.
Yeah, he's not even.
That's all he's thinking about.
They're reporting that he's working like 3 or 4 hour days.
Yeah, and falling asleep in that.
And then when he is at work with his mouth like this, just stroke out already, please. Do it on national television. You know what? Do it on television during a cabinet meeting when you're passed out like this and don't wake up. Don't wake up. Here's
what I would like to see happen. These female reporters he keeps going after and calling piggy and stupid and stuff. I want them to keep asking him those hard questions and watch him just go ape shit and stroke out right there on camera. Yep. I want to see him stroke out in a press conference.
Yep. Get so mad he rips his wig off his head. Everything, dude. Come on.
Those women are triggering the crap out of him, and I love it.
Mm-hmm.
There is a video, this is a long time ago, I think this was during Bush's administration, where one reporter asked a question, and her question was dismissed. And the next person was a man from CNN, the one that looks like Clark Kent.
Yeah.
He was there, and he re-asked her question. And so that's what we really need to happen right now, too, is don't let it go. Like y'all band together because Trump is versus the media, basically.
Yeah.
And so when one question gets dismissed, the next person needs to follow up and say, well, let's revisit this. If you're going to dismiss us all, then don't hold press conferences, and then we know you're hiding something.
You know how fast he would storm out of there when he sees a collective group of people standing up against him?
Mm-hmm.
He would run like a bitch.
Ass and elbows.
Ass and elbows, and then he would trip over his cankles,
So Trump sued the Pulitzer Board.
Yep.
For defamation over the Trump-Russia scandal, the guy that won the Pulitzer Prize for it. So they are requiring a release of his health reports in discovery, as well as all of his financial files.
Because he was claiming health and financial distress because of the articles that they wrote. Yes. So the Pulitzer Prize came back and said, okay, supply us with all your medical records and all your financial records to prove this is true.
And all your psychological tests. So how quickly is Trump going to drop this lawsuit? Is he going to be ass and elbows on this? Because he forgets about discovery. He's so stupid.
Well,
that's why all of those like 3,000 lawsuits he's had in his life, for over business stuff, more than 3,000. He always drops and settles out of court because he doesn't want to do discovery.
Melania tried that shit not too long ago, and she dropped her lawsuit
mm-hmm.
as a discovery. If you got skeletons in your closet the size of Mount Rushmore, don't be trying to bully people into lawsuits.
That's right, AJ. Taco. Trump always chickens out.
Very fast, actually. It starts with the Five of Pentacles that's out in the cold, but there's the Devil too, naturally. Three of Wands, which means it's coming soon, but these two, there's illumination with the Sun, and then Eight of Cups walking away. So let's walk away from the illumination.
What do you mean? He had 3 MRIs and his health was glowing. He's the best, healthiest president ever. So how? Because
if you want us to believe you're unhealthy, and mind you, you're unhealthy because of them. Okay, throw it out there. Let us see what's really wrong with you. 6'5", 216 pounds, or whatever you were. Let's see what's wrong with you. What did the Pulitzer do to you? Let's see.
I don't even know how. I'm telling you, dude, this guy is freaking dumb. He's dumber than a rock. Because, like, how can you sit there and sue the Pulitzer Prize board for writing an article about you, claiming physical, mental, and financial distress, while in the same breath bragging about all the MRIs you just had and you're in perfect health?
Meanwhile, you're trying to steal $1 billion of taxpayer money.
I just, dude, I can't. I get the garden, the writer, the book. He don't want that stuff coming out to the public, so he'll back out. Garden, public, writer being delivered, book, secrets. He doesn't want that his secrets coming out to the public. So no.
I would have believed this in particular case if he did it against Letitia James, because having to owe somebody $500 million can cause some physical and financial distress. But he didn't do it then.
Ass and elbows. Like he's just running for the hills and laying low on this one. It's already dead in the water. He's gonna lie about it though, of course. He's gonna lie about why he dropped it. No. I hope the reporters ask him, why did you drop your lawsuit with the police?
Come out and say, I just ran a 25K marathon and I got first place from FIFA. They gave me an award. Look at my trophy. You know?
When I seen him putting that thing on, I got so sad for the country. I really did. I'm like,
the way he picked it up, Johnny. Did you see that? Like how he picked it up and then put it on himself.
It's like, what am I looking at here? This is the saddest thing, because it was right off the heels. That I seen this picture was right off the heels of all the Rob Reiner stuff that even his side are bashing him about. And it's like, we are literally being run by a petulant, ridiculous, goofy, stupid, idiotic child.
Yep.
He had a goofy smile on his face and he looked like the Grinch picking it up, the way he picked it up.
He's not an adult, a functioning adult. This is madness.
It is absolute madness. And you know what it reminded me of? The idiot, stupid kid in school that was spoiled rotten at the spelling bee, and he failed it, but the parents bullied the school into giving him an award anyways. That's what that was. That's what that was.
The parents took him to the side and threw him a party so that he wouldn't feel bad.
Yeah. And it's hollow. That whole thing was hollow because he knows that he had to bully people on it. So even when he was getting it, you can tell in the videos that it didn't satisfy the need that he was wanting to fulfill, because
it's from FIFA. Like, I mean, no disrespect, but FIFA. Yeah.
FIFA. It's not like, I don't know,
the Nobel Peace Prize.
Nobel Peace Prize.
From FIFA. Because last time I checked, FIFA, was over there just solving all the world's problems.
I mean, he
a soccer ball peace prize.
His little medal.
A soccer ball peace prize. Next we're gonna see at the Super Bowl they give him a peace prize, and the NBA playoffs. And
well, they can't do that because the Puerto Rican is going to be at the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, that's right. He won't like that.
He just makes such a cheap mockery of everything. It's not even a mockery. It is a cheap mockery of everything. It is so damn embarrassing, dude. I got secondhand embarrassment watching that. Like,
the man who just won his fight in the UFC, he's been invited to the White House. He says, "Yeah, I'm good."
Yeah, he's like, "No, thank you. I'm good."
So the other thing he's done that is just total embarrassment, he's put his name above JFK's on the Kennedy Center, which was paid for and brought into being by Congress back in the 60s to honor a deceased president.
Meanwhile, your energy prices are going up, inflation is through the roof, unemployment is through the roof, and he's telling you don't have to buy your kids $34, just buy them one this year. While I go around on pet projects putting my name on stuff that I have no idea, wrecking the White House, stiffing consumers and the American people, selling everybody out for a dime while I line my own pockets. And you know what? Go ahead. I'm going to send you a $2,000 check. And everybody's going, no, he ain't. He's not authorized to send you a $2,000.
While he's doing a speech, just screaming Adderall the whole time.
Did
Nothing
you
made
watch-
sense, and it was all lies.
Did you watch the press conference he held the other day? The unannounced one?
The
Jen?
speech
Yeah.
that was like Tuesday night or Wednesday night, I forget
Yeah.
which night. Yeah.
I couldn't because I can't. His voice is like nails on a chalkboard. I can't with that man. I can't.
He's just screaming, but I just watched like people trying to fact check him, and they're like, okay, that was a lie. Okay, that was a lie. Okay, that was, yeah, like it was nothing but lies. It was just made up shit. The economy is not improving. Groceries are not dropping in price.
And this is what we talked about last week, Jenny. You can go and tell people that the prices are down and your pay is up. I'm sorry. I can check my bank account every freaking day and know that no, my pay did not go up, and no, the prices have not come down. It's like you telling me the sky is green. I can easily go out there and check. It's not true. It's like he lies about stuff that is so easily debunked. I just drop dead already, dude.
Because he thinks we're stupid, but he's the stupid one. It's. I know you are, but what am I?
His followers are primed to believe him. Some of them are primed to believe him just because he says we're improving the economy, we're doing better than we ever have, and this, that, and the other thing. Yep, we sure are. Meanwhile, you go to the same grocery store I do, and you stand in the same line, and the same person tells you the same price for the same thing, and then you tell me that it went down. Okay.
Like I was talking, Johnny and I were talking about this last week. I went to the store to get ground beef because I got tired of it. I had been eating chicken for months in a row. And I was like, I need meat. I went to go get ground beef, $40. $40 for less than a pound of 4 packs of ground beef. But somehow I'm supposed to believe that the prices are down.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so. I didn't check my bank account and, oh, look, Donald Trump and Elon Musk deposited $1 billion into my account. That's where my pay raise came from. No, I can do math. He might need to use his fingers and toes to figure it out, but I can figure it out without doing
I'm getting a raise next month. That's because minimum wage went up, but I'm in a blue state. It has nothing to do with Donald Trump.
Yep.
Thank you, Torp and Yahira. So, how quickly is somebody going to sue to get his name taken off the Kennedy Center? I mean, I'd love to see somebody in the Kennedy family sue, but he's working right there in the White House with Brainworm.
It was one of the
Kennedys
Kennedys that said she's going to take a pickaxe if she has to and get his name off the building.
I would just add like Trump trash, like add the word trash in there.
The thing is that he is so gone mentally, whatever stage of Alzheimer's, neurosyphilis, whatever the hell he has.
Trump derangement syndrome.
Whatever it is that is going on with holes in his brain, is that he's just doing everything all at once. Instead of actually doing the job of the president, he's out with pet projects all about the Arc de Trump. The Arc de Trump. Who left Grandpa in front of the TV before he fell asleep for his third nap?
Yeah, the whole East Wing should have been approved by Congress. Now we've got there's supposedly like 7 federal buildings that he wants to demolish in DC that have historic value from different architectural times and stuff. So the Preservation Society is trying to get involved to block him from destroying these federal buildings.
And he's trying to take over all the golf courses. Meanwhile, all of us are over here trying to figure out how we're going to get through with this freaking
Christmas. Just Christmas.
New Year's. How are you going to pay your bills? How are you going to pay your bills on top of your health care? Are you going to cut your health care to pay your utilities? So on and so forth. And this mofo is over there. I'm going to put my name here. I'm going to put my name there. I'm going to rock this over here. Oh, you know what? Shut up. Affordability is a hoax. Shut up. Dude.
So we're going to get his name off the Kennedy Center.
They're going to get his name off several, and they will be successful. The goal will be achieved. Stars, Crossroads, Anchor. Yes. Wherever that clown sticks his freaking name, it's going to get taken off. Eventually, it will not stay.
Yeah, he's trying to steal the Kennedy Center. Nobody's having that shit.
I mean, why doesn't he try to steal the Kennedy Library while he's at it? You know what? Next time he falls asleep in front of the TV, put it on Ren and Stimpy. Or change the channel from Ren and Stimpy. Because at this point, I'm convinced that that's where he's getting his ideas from, is Ren and Stimpy.
That's degrading to Ren and Stimpy.
I know, but I mean,
People in the brain, those are the ones who want to take over the world.
you know, I mean, come on.
I get a woman will watch them taking the name off, like with gleefully.
You know what's sad?
Yeah.
What are you getting, Johnny?
Yes. It ends in a star. It's going to be a burden to do so, but how do I say? If he's not here, it's easier to do. I'll say it that way.
You know
Yeah,
what?
taken down immediately.
I was at Families yesterday, Christmas, and there was a bunch of little kids there. They're more well behaved than the damn clown sitting in the White House. And I'm talking 3 and 4-year-old kids. 3 and 4-year-old little kids. One of my uncles, it used to be my father-in-law. All the kids would come over, with the family. We'd have a big dinner, and my father-in-law would go dress up like Santa Claus and come in the house and give gifts to the kids. Well, his knees are bad, so one of the uncles did it. Those kids are more well behaved than the damn orange clown with a dead possum on his head. And I'm talking 3 and 4-year-old kids where they should be like nuts.
Your dogs you dog sat for that were not well behaved are better behaved than he is. He's just neurotic. So, Mike Johnson, will MTG be, she's got to wait till they come back after the holidays now, if and when they come back.
I'm going to sit this one out because it was in his grand tableau.
Yeah.
There was a woman that was going to try to oust him. So I want to see what you guys got.
I want to see, will she hang on until he's ousted, or,
her last day
MTG, is she going to get Mike Johnson out?
Her last day is the 5th, isn't it? The 5th or the
It's supposed to be the 5th, but, maybe she decides to stay there till she can get him out. Mike Johnson, is he going to get ousted? Where's your little elf on a shelf, Becca?
I can go get it and stab it. Hold on. I'll be right back.
No confidence vote or whatever.
I get the Magician, the 2 of Cups, the Devil again, and the 2 of Swords. I don't think she has the support. And she may want to be careful crossing multiple people at the same time.
Here you go, Jen. I would set it on fire, but then I would have to buy another one. Oh, did you see that there are voodoo dolls all over of ICE agents in Louisiana, and ICE agents started calling in sick and stuff because they're really, really sick?
I did.
So for all those voodoo people in Louisiana,
get your little elf on the shelf.
And they're in public. They're not like people with dolls in their house. They're like dolls around the city.
tied up to the light posts and stuff and crosswalks. They're hexing the crap out of ICE agents in Louisiana. That lady that was hexing the guy, the football player in the last Super Bowl last year, Malone, get her one of these because apparently she got the job done. I'm just
He's
saying.
got bad news coming. I think he will get ousted because judgment's on him. In separation, everyone, covering up for things that people are very emotional about with these young people. These young people, you're burdening everybody. I think he will get ousted, but not quite yet. There's like a little delay, so it's not while MTG is there. But I do feel like some Republicans are going to blow this up bigger down the road. So, yes, he will get ousted, but not yet, not while MTG's there. Not soon enough.
Get it done, Louisiana. I have faith in you people.
Okay, so Becca, you and I were watching that. What was that channel name again? I keep forgetting it. Secular
Talk, Kyle Kalinske.
Yeah, he was talking about that, or playing clips of the guy in Congress who was testifying to Senator Johnson, and Senator Johnson just nailed his ass. But basically, he was saying, like we declare something terrorist, and then we can go after it, right? We can just go after it. So basically, Trump plotting assassinations and arrests of anybody.
Sherry, can you block Sherry W60? She can go all the way to the cornfields. Do you see the comment, Jen?
Yeah, she's there till January 5th. It's supposed to be her last day. So you're wrong, Sherry. Anyway, so basically, like they were talking about Antifa, and Senator Johnson was saying, well, where are they located? Where's their headquarters? Where's because Antifa is made up. It doesn't exist. It's not an organization. But basically, what they want to do is they want to target. They were talking about targeting media, going through media, because kids are being radicalized too much through social media. So anyone who speaks out against Trump is a radical and could be declared a terrorist, so that then they could just go and have them arrested, no due process, and take people out. Declare war on them.
Not like we're going to put you in prison. I'm talking.
Yeah, unaliving.
Back to the mud, unaliving.
Yeah, like just take them out completely.
So he's going to have to unalive over three quarters of the entire country.
Yeah. So is he going to try to do this like with protesters or something? Are we going to see, before he's out of there, him try this on some left-leaning people? Like I could see him going after even like Obama or Kamala.
I am surprised. I am truly surprised that he hasn't even tried to go after Obama. He's going after the Clintons using the X-Files as
using Bill Clinton. Mm-hmm.
Which, if Bill Clinton did anything, lock his ass up too. Throw him under the jail. But I am so surprised that he has, as much as he talks about Obama, has not tried to go after that man.
Well, they're twisting things with Bill Clinton, because Bill Clinton never went to Epstein Island. So they're manipulating what is released on him too, trying to paint a narrative.
So is he going to try to unalive American citizens?
Left-leaning American citizens.
Shit, Jen, you don't even have to be left-leaning, because MAGA's getting all sorts of pissed and leaving the cult too. You're going to arrest them?
Anybody that says anything against Trump.
I get no physically, but they want to brand people. So like Antifa, create a name around groups of people and then go after that. Because I get the moon, which is a plot and a scheme of some sort, and the Ace of Pentacles, which this may be like trying to, like I said, register with the Two of Cups, trying to register people as a group of whatever, Antifa or something like that. So they're going to create more groups to magically be against and try to label them as terrorists. And like the man who questioned that other fool and said, where is Antifa headquartered? And he said, oh, I have no idea. Well, then how can you label them a terrorist organization? You don't even know where they are.
But here's the thing, Johnny, to your point. Antifa is an ideology. It is not an organized movement. Okay. But what does that say about you and your political agenda when you are actively trying to go out after an ideology that is against authoritarianism? That in its own way is admitting that you are an authoritarian.
You are an authoritarian. You are a fascist.
That's a roundabout way of getting there, but that's exactly what it says. I have a problem with Antifa. You wouldn't if you weren't a fucking fascist.
Mm-hmm.
You would go to bed happy that there's Antifa out there.
I mean, and mind you, too, it doesn't help that you have right-wing media that calls it Antifa and gives it a name. Therefore, we have something to hate, just like they hated Obamacare, but they loved the ACA type of thing.
But Johnny, these morons, they're communist, fascist, dictator, socialist. He could not tell you the definition of every single one and define each ideology. Communist, Marxist, first of all, those are not the same thing. Socialist, fascist, not the same thing. But he's just throwing out words that he doesn't even know what they mean.
I mean,
Otherizing.
And neither do the people that eat that crap up like it's like they're at the buffet. You know, I get the fish, lilies, and cross. No, they won't be able to move this forward.
you know, I get they won't be successful in moving it forward, and it's like they want to go after the impoverished or anybody that is marginalized. I do get that they will try to move on them, but there's an illumination of the plan, the scheme, so that people can protect themselves. So they'll get blocked.
You just said marginalized, Jenny, and remind me to tell you something.
Yeah, it's like someone of power comes in and protects. So whether it's local police or whatever, but there's something, and people aren't going to have it. It's gonna make more people protest. Is what it's going to do. So try it, Trump.
To what you were
Take
saying,
one person out. Yeah. What's with the marginalized?
he just signed an executive order the other day to institutionalize the disabled. Ring any bells? Who was the last person that did that? Wasn't it a guy in Germany with a little mustache that was kind of pissed off that he couldn't be an artist? And you're pissed off about Antifa, yet you're writing executive orders to institutionalize the disabled.
Well, he also wants to just take out the homeless,
While we're at it, that's not going to stand in court. But while we're at it, based on your medical records, you yourself are disabled. So let's lock your ass up. Maybe that's the loophole we need to go with. Yeah.
He is definitely mentally disabled. So Susie Wiles, in her 11-hour interview with the New York Times of all places, right? The failing New York Times. Why did she meet with the New York Times of all people? And then outed all, Musk is a drug addict and Trump is an alcoholic personality. His chief of staff ratted on everybody in the administration. It was hysterical. Why did she do that? And then they all tried to cover for her, but she gave an 11-hour interview to the New York Times of all places, not Fox News, not some other conspiracy rag.
Mind you, did you see the little clip going around about his 1776 dividend that Fox News said, so he's stealing from the troops and giving it back to them, but calling it something? Came out of Jesse Waters' mouth, man.
Yeah, that whole thing was already appropriated, and that's for basic housing and allowance, BHA. Mm-hmm. And it was already appropriated by Congress. He just changed the name and made it the Warrior or whatever. But then it hit accounts and then it disappeared. And I'll tell you why. Because the military only gets paid, not just the military, but all federal, only gets paid on the 1st and the 15th. There was no reason for that money to be getting into their accounts on the 23rd, 24th, or the 18th, or the 19th. You know what I mean? So.
And then he rounded the number to 1776, which is very.
I've seen of troops looking at their account, it was there, and then poof, it's gone. And some of these comments were, thank you, Trump, you stupid, dumb idiots. Like, and again, this all goes back to, I will never understand why every military base that I have ever stepped foot on, the only thing on the television at all times is Fox News. That's all that, even in the hospitals. And I worked at Balboa Hospital, which is a Navy hospital. Everything.
It wouldn't surprise me if they kill Obamacare, the ACA, and just rename it Trump Care and fund it. You know, that's how petty he is.
Such an idiot, dude.
So Susie Wiles, why'd she do the New York Times interview? You know, her father was an alcoholic. She knows what an alcoholic is.
Jen, I want to know who's tying Trump's shoes in the morning, because I would be surprised if that dumb man can wipe his own ass.
Well, it's not Barron. That'd be too far to have to bend over.
I mean, to get around the cankles and the gut and everything else, I want to know who's tying his shoes in the morning, because
we know it's not Melania, because she ain't bending over around him.
She doesn't even live there. She doesn't even live there.
No.
She's depreciated.
Depreciated.
You could have bought you a high class woman, and then she'd have tied your shoes for you.
Couldn't get a woman that appreciates in value. You get one that's depreciated, fully depreciated.
He had a discounted wife.
She was a party favor, dude.
I'm
You get
surprised.
these catalog wives, and you don't even get one from the first page, you cheap bastard. It's like
I'm surprised he hasn't tried to sell her as a grift.
I mean, he probably did. She was depreciated. It's like old tires. It's been on all kinds of cars.
It's like a car. As soon as you drive it off the lot, it's just depreciated. Oh, it's $1,000 now. It's $35,000. You know.
Except everybody's been in it. Whole clown car.
Yep.
In Melania or in Trump?
In Melania, she was. Dude,
Well, I guess both of them did. Donald Trump have a little something too.
Yeah.
Wasn't he the one?
Supposedly Epstein's was deformed too. Stumpy.
That was good going.
right here.
Stumpy little thing.
This is a visual representation of what is in the pants of those men. Right there.
And yet they have the nerve to call Melania fully depreciated.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
And speaking of the Melania movie, for Cindy in the chat, the Melania movie, the guy that was producing it, oh, surprise, surprise, he's all over the Epstein files too.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Hugged up on some half-naked guy. The guy, and mind you, the half-naked guy is no longer with us because he was caught up in a sex scandal and offed himself in jail.
Uh-huh. Surprising how that happens, huh?
Mm-hmm.
It's always the micro
Susie Wiles. Why'd she do it?
Because she can. I mean, Eight of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles is detail. She knows everything. And then the Ten of Pentacles is a legacy. It's almost like she felt like she had to say it. This was, especially if she has the kind of background that she says she has, where she had an alcoholic father, and then she sees him and she tried to warn him about this retaliation and warn him about this and warn him about that. And she sees him just flying off the coop. It's like she feels like she has to say, there you go. She feels like she has to say it. It's
flying off the coop and deranged.
Yeah.
She wants him out. What are you getting, Becca?
Same thing. Mountain, child, stars, letter, clouds. She did it because the whole thing is just obstruction and chaos. Chaos. Just straight, widespread chaos. Pete Hegseth is drunk on the job and spilling national security secrets on a Snapchat, online, on emails, on Telegram, on Snapchat. I'm surprised he didn't post that shit on Facebook and Instagram while he was at it. You know what I mean? Then you have the other fool over there with the borders, Stephen Miller, causing all sorts of chaos. There's probably something going on there around children too that we have not heard about yet. That has to do with the borders and immigration. She did it as, I wouldn't call her a whistleblower, because that's not showing up here at all. I would say that she just put it out there because this entire administration is just, it's run by a bunch of drug addicts and criminals and grifters, and nothing's getting done but just breaking everything. There, and to Johnny's point, because she can.
That's my whistleblower card on the whole regime of Trump and the merry band of losers, because they're all delusional and deranged and impulsive and killing everything. She wants him to go. She wants him out. Out.
I want to know what sort of job can pay that, what they're getting paid, where you can go and drunk, inebriated, hire the taxpayers' private security to go take you and your girlfriend on dates on private FBI jets. I mean, it's just the insanity.
It's just party boys. It's just party boys. That's all it is, and party girls.
Losers from the frat house. You know what I mean? And Susie Wiles, as horrible as she is a career politician, and she's looking around her going, "What the hell is this?"
I worked in a place where we have to open boxes, and of course you have box cutters to do so. The box cutters we have these little strips on them that will set the alarm off should you walk out the door with it in your back pocket. A box cutter costs $5-6 a box cutter. Meanwhile, go just fly around the country on the taxpayer dollar and go fly around somebody else's country on the taxpayer dollar.
And then every investigation I touch just goes to shit because I'm a podcaster with absolutely no training in law enforcement.
I'm kind of surprised. I expected to be something in there about because he's a pedophile. That maybe that's why, and there's a bunch of pedophiles in the administration. I'm surprised that wasn't.
I got child and letter, so children in a report. Letter. Yeah, okay. But.
Meanwhile, I took it anyway because it was in my back pocket and I didn't know it was in my. And the alarm didn't even go off, so there's that too.
I mean, so for those of you guys that are feeling really, really bad, who may during this economy be fearing losing your job or all that other stuff, don't forget to lose faith, because if these clowns can get a freaking job that they're completely unqualified to do, you can too. Aim high, my friends. Aim high. Aim high.
So Dan Bongino quit the FBI.
Oops. Wait, was he another podcaster? Because he wasn't long. Oh my God. What? I mean, why not? You have Judge Judy or what's her face from Fox News. Kash Patel.
Breath.
Oh my God. Jesus.
So why'd he quit right before the Epstein files were released? Why'd he quit? Because you knew what you were getting into when you came in there. Why all of a sudden did you quit? Tired of working with Kash Patel? Don't know which eye to look at when you have a discussion with him?
And listen, I don't mean to be a clown right now for what I'm about to say, but Kash Patel's girlfriend, if she's MAGA, what's she doing with him? Because he's brown.
He's connected.
He's brown. Oh, he's connected, but he's not connected.
Mm-hmm.
That's like, what's that? Ramaswamy is connected, but he's not connected, because at the end of the day,
he can't get a job nowhere though. Well, Kash Patel, for some odd reason, has got one. I don't know who hired him, but why did he quit? Because somebody was asking questions, and he's trying to avoid, because something is getting ready to break open, bust open. The Four of Wands, there's your organization. The Tower is an exposure but it is an exposure after something crumbles down and crashes out. There's the judgment card, so there's going to be a lot of questions and announcements and crap coming out there. There's the Knight of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles. This is about money and frivolous things, pretty things, shiny things. The Knight of Cups is about image. The Nine of Pentacles is about expensive image. So there's a whole bunch of stuff that he didn't want to talk about. And so he's running.
He's afraid of backlash, like legal backlash too. What are you getting, Becca?
Sun, Heart, Moon, Ring, and Tower. I'm getting he was pushed out by career people that said, get the F out or we're going to stand all the way on business and take this all the way up the chain to the very top, and we will scream and your ass is going, we're going to blow this thing up. We're going to be extremely successful, and you're not prepared for this sort of heat. I get that. It was the people that are committed to the institution and are committed to their careers pushed him out. That's what I get.
I'm with both of you. It's like people were shunning him and his judgment, his bad judgment over the files on the children and Trump, what he did, for Trump helping to redact all that. And it's getting too much attention, even in the government. The government and the White House, those that are supporting Trump are all, that are supporting the leader, it's all breaking up. So I think they scared him into thinking, give us time, we'll investigate your ass. You're going to be the next one we investigate, and what you did and what you stole, like if you stole files or if you redacted things you shouldn't have. He knows this is going to grow.
I wouldn't be surprised if career prosecutors and everybody else that's there in the FBI were keeping detailed records of what him and these clowns are doing, because you cannot convince me. And I'm not saying that every FBI agent is a saint, because our FBI and our CIA has done some shady ass stuff.
Well, and there's going to be some that support Trump.
Exactly. But what I'm saying is, can you imagine the morale in the institution itself when career prosecutors are being ran by a bunch of podcasters and conspiracy theorists and criminals, the very same people that you have committed your career to prosecuting and going after and shutting down are now your boss? Mm-hmm. That's like you being a neurosurgeon and an anti-vaxxer comes in and now that's your boss, RFK Jr. You know what I mean? It's like, you cannot tell me those people are not ready to stand on business.
And remember that during his first hijacking, Rachel Maddow had a board behind her with all the names of people who had left his administration. We're just in year one, mind you.
We're only, year one.
So the files that they released, like, and then they pulled them back and had to redo them and stuff to redact stuff. Because, like, there were pictures of Trump in Epstein's desk drawer with young women, like a whole group of young women and stuff. And then, of course, they went back and redacted that out, blocked it out. Were there intentional leaks where they, oops, I didn't redact this picture of Trump, or I didn't redact this picture of the check?
Malicious compliance.
Yeah. Was there a little bit of intentional? I'm going to let this one slip through.
I pulled one card. I think it says it. That's the sun. The sun is also exposure. And so, yes, if you want to look beyond a blacked out redacted name too, you hold it up to the light. And so there is some exposure there. So I think, yes.
I get a yes for malicious compliance. Clover Book House. We're going to take the opportunity for what you're trying to keep a secret, and we're going to put it right there with your little entourage. Oops.
Wanting to burden Trump over the young people, whistleblowing in the work that they did. So are any of them going to face backlash? over that.
Who going to face the
The,
people?
the redactors that let it go through. Thank you, Cat Mom. ACM. Right. Well, because like certain people were assigned certain file numbers and stuff, and some of the file numbers disappeared completely when they called them back. But will anyone in the redactors face backlash over letting Trump slip through a little bit in the files?
I don't think so. I get Magician and the Two of Swords. This was done on purpose. The manipulation of blockage, so the manipulation of the redacting, was done on purpose. And so it wasn't just like that one person woke up this morning and said, I'm going to do this. It's
going back to what I was saying earlier. Career prosecutors are being told, commit this crime to cover up the criminal.
mm-hmm.
I get the Lily Stars and Tower. Nope. It's going to be a long time. So don't expect it next week or the week after or next month or next year or the year after. It's going to be a very long time. But all of this will get sorted at the highest level. So
yeah. Any plans for retaliation? They're out in the cold. They're a little bit nervous about it, but there's a whole group of them that work together on that, in secret. So, 1,000 people, God knows how many of them decided they weren't going to redact the way they were told to. Do Republicans in Congress want Trump out now? Have they reached that point yet? While they're on their little holiday break, will they be thinking about that?
I'm over here wondering, with the train completely off the rails, hanging off the side of a cliff by like 2 tires, how many of these morons in the Senate that voted for these people to get them confirmed are going, yeah, that was a bad idea? Maybe when Pete Hegseth's mom is calling you and emailing you and sending you letters, don't confirm him. You should have listened. Maybe when you had a recovering drug addict from a heroin drug addict who's a conspiracy theorist, you should not have confirmed him.
GOP all depreciating fully. Like Melania.
So the cards I pulled didn't say yes or no. It talked about a man, King of Pentacles, who is the dark-haired man, J.D. Vance, is plotting. Because I get the 7 of Swords, the 2 of Cups, the 6 of Swords, King of Pentacles, and the 2 of Wands. He's making plans for a transition. There is, so I asked again, or do Republicans want him out? And then I got the 10 of Swords. Yes. And I'll use the word out instead of the word that the 10 of Swords usually brings to mind.
I get the Heart, the Sun, the Mice. The only reason they want him out is because he's eating away at their success.
Mm-hmm.
That's not because he's trashing the economy, not because he's trashing our global standing, not because he's breaking the law during his waking hours. And even when he's asleep, somebody somewhere on his team is breaking the law.
Mm-hmm.
No, they don't care about that. It's only because he's eating away and deteriorating their success. That's it. That's it.
Yeah, for practical reasons and voting reasons, definitely want him out. He's getting too much attention over these kids. They're talking in secret about him, like, how do we get him to go? How do we get him out? He's a loser. And he's going to cost them to lose. So, not for the right reasons, but, what is the most surprising thing we're going to see in 2026? Since this is our last Sunday night of the year. No, we have one more next Sunday. But what's the most surprising thing? I'll say in this government. What's the most surprising thing we're going to see in 2026
for next year?
Mm-hmm. So 1 year, we're coming out of a 9 year, wrap it up, finish it up, end the cycle, going into a 1 year.
New things shall be born.
Christy Gnome is coming to town. Hide your dog. There's a woman that's fully depreciated.
I mean,
All Yantas can judge a woman on being depreciated. Depreciated.
down.
Can I go, please?
Absolutely.
Fresh. Anchor, whip, fox, letter, moon. There is going to be an article that's going to be written about persistent fraud in the mail, persistent fraud with results. Okay. Anchor, persistent. Whip, a fight, abuse and addictions. The fox is fraud, letter is mail and also report, and then the moon is something that's in the media. So I would not be surprised, which I don't know how it's going to happen, because every lawsuit that the ETA keeps trying to push to do hand recounts keep getting denied, even though they have the signatures to back it up, because whip and letter would be pen to paper, and also documented abuse. But there is a pattern here of fraud in the results or fraud in the mail. Now, this could also be somehow they get caught because they try to do it again in the midterms, the same thing that they did, which it may be harder because during the midterms, they were only focusing on 2 names, KH and Felon 47. It's going to be a little bit more difficult to do that when every state, the names are going to vary. They can't write one algorithm and apply it across the board. Do you see what I'm saying? You're going to have to alter the names. But this is like fraud with the mail, and it's persistent. And there's going to be some sort of an article or a huge headline about it. And also it could be in regards to fraud that was committed in a report that had to do with sex and abuse, because the whip is sex, abuse, addictions. Okay, so just those 2 things.
I'm with you on that.
In the beginning, I get enormous amounts of problems with health and healthcare. Get the 9 of Pentacles, King of Cups, Strength. That's my healthcare combination. There's a lot of problems with it. And 3 of Pentacles, 3 of Cups, Knight of Swords. There's also going to be a protest too. And this may also incorporate women's health specifically too, because there may be some other little strike against the system there too. So, and I remember in that reading, I asked, what is the signs that he will be out of office? One of them is a protest and has something to do with women's health. And I think that is coming early next year.
At January, late January, there's a Me Too march.
And they're trying to, Mike Johnson, they're already waving the carrot. In order for them to vote on the ACA, you have to agree to ban nationally women's reproductive access to abortions. Yeah. So you know that he did it, but you can tell that's in Project 2025. It's right there. Yeah. It was an open book test. They're coming after reproductive rights for women across the board. You know,
something through the court system that showed restriction of votes, a lot of votes. And the network that covered this up. So attack the systems, block votes or killed votes, whatever, because there's multiple ways they did this. That whole corruption blows up.
And
Big time.
Indigo Child is saying that the DOJ is trying to sue Colorado for their voter information right now. And also, we just got a new tape from 2020, not the one find me 11,768 votes or whatever. There's a new one that just came out where he was calling somebody else, pressuring that person to steal the election for him. And he's like, what's going to happen? He was asking that guy, what do you think's going to happen? Nothing's going to happen. You know what I mean? Like, go ahead and commit this crime for me. Nothing's going to happen to you. And the guy was laughing like, yeah, I'll go to jail. So you cannot see that he did it in 2016. We saw him do it in 2020, that he did not do it successfully in 2024. You cannot convince me, especially after they took all the information from the voting machines. You cannot convince me, because that man spends more time trying to figure out how to cheat than he does at playing fair.
Last Trump question, and then I have one last final question. How will Trump leave office? How? Trump
Do we
leave
have a
office.
body bag card? That's a,
Four swords. Four swords.
yeah, there you go. Okay.
And 10 of swords.
How does he?
Chariot, totem out.
How does he finish his term?
How does he leave office? Not if he finishes term. How does he leave office?
Well, that would be the end of his term.
How does Trump leave office? Just a different way of asking. I'll take my Christmas present, even if it's a little late. His astrology is awful in February.
I'm still keeping my fingers crossed for Ryder or Whip and Ryder.
You should look at his GT, Becca, around February when the eclipse is. His astrology is horrible, and it's hitting his health house. See if there's anything about around an eclipse that he goes. How's he go, Johnny?
I don't know.
Yes, you do.
I don't know how to read tarot cards. The Eight of Wands and the Page of Swords is a lot of gossip and hearsay and talk. So you'll see, this is one of them things where you wake up and you read it, but you have to keep reading all the different kind of sources to see if you're saying the right thing and the right thing and the right thing. And then there is, I'll come back to that card. And then there's the Page of Cups, which is a surprise, usually a very pleasant surprise. And then there is there's the Devil, the Death, and the Ten of Swords. So there is the Devil, the Death, and the Ten of Swords. So I don't read the Death card as the Death card because it pops up a lot and it has nothing to do with death. It's change and transformation. If this card also presents itself, then that means death to me. So there's the Ten of Swords right there. There's the Death card, and there's the Devil. And what I believe that to say is the Devil came and got his child. Finally.
What you getting, Becca?
I just want to make a quick comment to the person in the chat that said, in handcuffs by the military. That's never going to happen.
They can't arrest.
Not their job.
The military cannot arrest Trump. If you're in favor of the military staging a coup d'etat against the executive, by all means, but the military falls under the authority of the executive. So for anybody that's telling you that the military is going to arrest him, tell that person to go take a basic ethics class or a basic class, because that's not a thing. That is not a thing. The military cannot arrest a sitting president. I get the lilies, the fox, the mice, the birds, the crossroads. Like Johnny was saying, there's going to be a lot of chit chat, gossip, a lot of it. But I get he's resting and something happens when he's sleeping or when he's at rest, that he just deteriorates and they're just like, oh shit, what the fuck? How do we weekend at Bernie's this? Because Mice and birds. Mice is anxiety. Birds is nervousness. Those people around him are going to be shitting their pants on how the hell, like somebody's going to wake up to go wipe his ass or tie his shoes or whatever, and he's going to be asleep and he's going to wake up acting all sorts of, he's not going to know where he's at, what he's doing, what his name is, may not be able to speak, sort of thing. You know, I don't get death in his sleep because the coffin isn't here, but there's something that happens to him while he's at rest that you can't come back from. Do you see what I'm saying? So there's going to be a lot of gossip and chit chat. Just remember that time when we all thought he was dead for that week, and we were so happy. We were so happy. It's going to be like that. It's going to be like that.
So constricted could be a body bag. But I've always said I see him in a straitjacket, and I think that, you know, his balance is betrayed. I'm getting he's high as a kite, like he is just OD'd on Adderall, and he becomes too much of a problem, and it's like the government then has to do something because he's high as a kite. He's delusional, erratic. And then you have the whole thing with the kids coming out more and more. So, yeah, I think he goes out high.
Can we ask? Did you have another question?
I have a final one that's not related to politics.
Yeah. Can I ask one before that one?
Sure.
Who ties his shoes? Because you cannot convince me that stupid mofo has the mental acuity to be able to figure out how to tie his shoes, considering that his ankles are this big around. So who's tying his shoes?
You know, I'm not sure he knew how to tie them even when he could bend over.
Exactly. That's what I'm
stupid.
He's that stupid. So who's tying his shoes?
They're slip-ons.
No, he had lace ups.
He has lace. Yeah, he has lace.
He wears lace ups, and they're getting further, and the laces further and further apart because he's so swollen.
His ankles are so swollen that, like, you see his shoes. Johnny, have you ever seen an overstuffed sausage?
Mm-hmm.
Or like me, that I'm overweight and I try to get into my clothes that are like 4 sizes too small, and all the fat just kind of bulges out everywhere it can. That's what his feet look like inside his shoes. Because it's not just his ankles. You can tell that it's his feet that are actually swollen too.
I'm going to say Secret Service. Somebody in security that deals with him, like on a daily basis. And they try not to get behind him, because he probably farts a lot. They try not to.
I get the Ring, the Man, and the Bear. Someone that's committed to him. That's some sort of a bodyguard, big, heavy, burly bodyguard type person, but they're the boss of everybody else around them, if that makes sense.
It's probably that ballet guy that was brought up in the case in Florida that time, whatever his name was. What you getting, Johnny? Who ties the shoes?
I didn't get anybody.
Okay.
Pentacles. I don't know what that means.
Who is it? Who is it?
I got the 4 of Pentacles. I don't know what that means.
Walt Nauta, they're saying in the chat.
Walt Nauta was his ballet guy.
He's still with him. I mean, I guess if he knows as much crimes as Trump, that he tends to keep those people that helped him commit crimes real close so he can.
Okay, final question before Christmas. Have Johnny, Jen, and Becca, i.e. the Petty Boots Squad, have they been naughty or nice this year?
Something fell out. What's that?
What's the petty card, Johnny? Has Petty Boots Squad been naughty or nice this year? What is that?
Page of Swords. I have with my voodoo doll, apparently. I got Page of Swords and the Death cards.
We're doing a public service. You with your voodoo doll, me with my Elf on the Shelf and my Cheetos. Okay, like we've been very good. The dog, the moon, the anchor. We have been loyal and trustworthy, and sort of a person that is some sort of protective person, like a security guard sort of thing. We have been providing inspiration, and we've been pretty persistent about it. We haven't wavered. So I would get that we are on the A++++++ FIFA Peace Award. Okay. We have been very good. We have been very good.
What you getting, Johnny?
Page of Swords and the Death card. We've been petty, which I
Been
think.
I get very supportive. For me, the King of Cups is someone that's very supportive. We bring a lot of joy and try to maintain momentum, because we want the full out. We come up with really good questions too, and practical, down to earth. We bully the negative energy is what I'm getting.
We say what we say what everybody's thinking.
Yeah, we bully, we push around the negative energy and give hope. Change is coming. We give hope.
And for all those pearl clutchers holier than thou, I would never wish somebody death. Yes, you do.
You watch it anyway.
Yes, you do. And we're here to voice it for you. Okay. Because we will go there. We're not Mother Teresa.
Because here's a comment I got a long time ago when I do my gossip fest and I talk about all the celebrities and somebody clutched their pearls, because there's so much important stuff going on in the world, and you shouldn't talk about celebrities and blah blah blah. And you should mind your own business and not theirs too. Donald John Trump, the so-called president of the United States, has never given permission for anybody on YouTube to read about his life.
And
so please
mm-hmm.
stop clutching your pearls like you better than anybody else when you sitting here for the gossip too. That man does not know you, and you know everything about him because somebody flipped their cards over and told you. So sit back, enjoy, and pray for peace.
Mm-hmm.
And for those that are around Christmas Day, again, we'll be on my channel. Lori from The Way of Positive Change and I, 4 Eastern Time, 3 Central, roughly. We might be, on or off of that a little bit.
Can I say something, Jen?
Absolutely.
Are you done? I don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
I won't be with Jenny on Christmas. I'll be traveling and stuff. So Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to everybody. If you're here in California, please be careful on the roads. We're expecting to start having some pretty decent rain starting Tuesday. And you know how it is here in California. You get bird spit and there's like a 10-mile long, traffic car pileup from accidents. Okay. So be careful driving. For those of you that don't have family or friends, please join in with Jenny and Lori this week, but it'll be okay. Everything's going to be fine. We're here for each other, and I have voodoo dolls and so does Johnny. So we'll get over this one way or another, but happy holidays. And I'm very thankful and appreciative to every single one of you, truly, because we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys. So, I mean, shit, we would still be here. You just wouldn't watch us, but you know what I mean?
We'd be talking to ourselves.
You make it actually enjoyable to do. Because, I mean, I don't mind if it was just one person in here, but it's, it's more. So it makes it even more fun. I put something funny in the chat. Like I always say, don't go to bed with politics in your system. Thank you, Lori.
Mm-hmm.
But there is a show a long time ago. It's all gone now, but it's called Silent Library. And Jimmy Fallon and the Roots, they did it once, and a couple other people did it too. But it is where you go in and you have to complete tasks without making noise. And that's how you win the money for the charity. Watch that. I'm going to put it in the chat one more time. It's hilarious. That'll give you something funny to watch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lucky Girl's been posting funny videos earlier too, funny dog videos and things. So we're on Becca's channel next week. last stream of the year. Can you believe it? Next Sunday, last stream of the year.
Wait, what day is that? What's the date on that? On next Sunday. I'm trying to get my
Oh, I don't have my
28th.
holy hell, dude.
almost
I
New
feel like-
Year's.
I feel like I've aged 800 years in the past year, man. I swear to God.
Wait, yeah, if you remember, first weekend in February, the first Petty Boots we did in February, my thumbnail said it was a long year, but we made it through January. You know, it was like that's the way Trump feels. Every month feels like a year.
I want to ask you something, though, you guys. For me, despite all this craziness, I'm kind of, yeah, whatever.
I'm all right.
I'm all right. I'm not panicking. I'm not upset. I'm not pissed off. I'm angry. I'm kind of like, we've seen this before.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's that I've been desensitized, that I'm so jaded, that I'm so over it because, okay, yeah, everybody's going to jail. Yeah, sure, I'll believe it when I see it. But I'm not bothered. I am not.
We're not surprised. We're not surprised by anything anymore.
No,
and this came up. I was talking to somebody in a personal reading yesterday, and I said, you know, Becca and Johnny and I, we don't like to go down conspiracy theory lane, but with this regime, you almost have to because they're batshit crazy.
they're absolutely mental. But I think I've been like everybody that was excited about the Epstein files. I was like, why are you excited? They're going to break the law, redact that shit anyways. And what happened? They broke the law. It's like they are so awful that they are so easily predictable that I don't even bother to get upset because, oh, the rule of law, the rule of law, the rule of law. What made you think that this criminal was going to give two shits about the rule of law? You know, so it's like I'm not even fazed by it anymore. I'm not, oh my God, the sky is falling, crazy, like upset, like, because he kind of desensitized me the first time. You know what I mean? So does it make it okay? No, I'm just not reactionary. You know, like
I have to tell myself that everything that is happening is supposed to happen. I don't believe in coincidence and happenstance. This is written down somewhere. In these years, this happens. And so even though I can't stand it, it still is what's supposed to happen. So I can't really fight that because I didn't write it and I can't change it. And so what does that little thing say about, you know, having the courage to change what you can change and the wisdom to know the difference type of thing? So, okay, I'm trying to gain the wisdom to know the difference. This is not something I'm in control of. So let's see what happens.
my only hope, because we saw it with his first term. His first term, he swung that pendulum to the far right. Biden came back and put it right of the center. Now it's so far to the right that it broke the thing and it's way off in fucking outer space somewhere. My hope is that there is enough of an outrage towards the establishment that we go so far left that we finally get universal health care, that we finally get free education, because why the hell are we
An increase in minimum wage, all those things, women's health
why
care.
the hell are we paying foreign countries our taxpayer dollars while they have the luxuries that we're told here, no, you can't have that? Venezuela's getting it. Israel's getting it. Every other country that we freaking
Argentina.
you know.
Yeah, Trump was when they ranked presidents, 45 was at the bottom of the list. And the only one worse than 45 is 47.
Exactly.
So, look at it that way. The only president
And
worse.
think about how much territory that takes in.
Yeah, the only one lower on the list than 45 is
I'm the best.
47.
I'm the best at losing. I'm just the best at losing everything. I had the best horrible numbers out of all the presidents. I had the most impeachments. I broke the record. They tell me I broke the record, a number of presidents that have gotten impeached. I have 2. Everybody has 1. Can you
I
believe
still think Andrew Jackson was the worst, but you know.
Trump, go back to your fully depreciated woman.
Oh, Lord.
What a way to go.
What a piece of shit. You know,
I mean, can your dating profile? Okay, what are you looking for? I'm looking for a fully depreciated woman. It's like what the?
I'm convinced
He will
that
be known as
I-
he'll be known as the shittiest president, literally and figuratively,
Oh my
because
God.
his diapers are full and his policy is shit.
his diapers are so full, he's smearing what's left of it on his face. You know,
Why
like
did he want a fully depreciated woman?
somebody in the chat said that that was code word for a deflowered young person. That's what somebody in the
Then you wouldn't have walked away with Melania Trump then. And I
mean,
also probably don't think you would have paid $22,000 for a kid, because that would have been like the going rate. We would see more of that type of thing.
I don't know.
That Jared guy from Safeway didn't pay that much.
Mhm.
Lord Jesus.
I mean, well, you know,
Well,
You know, these are the times where I wish I believed in hell. I really do. But,
me too,
Johnny.
You and I wish I was Satan, so I can come out with my pitchfork and torture that SOB and his ilk on live television, free for everybody to watch. You know, like
what are we gonna do?
I'm pissed
Yeah,
off.
Herbert Hoover wasn't that great either.
I can't be Satan.
For those that are traveling during the holidays, be safe.
Thank you for the super chats to Jenny tonight, you guys. That is beyond generous.
Thank
for
you
the
very
holidays.
much.
Mm-hmm.
We will be back next Sunday on Becca's channel, and do tune in on Christmas Day if you have nothing else to do. Lori and I'll be here to entertain.
Yep. And treat yourselves, you guys. You know. So
Or
what?
if you need a break from your family, come and watch us.
Or just put it on in the background.
Have 2 slices of pie or 3 slices of pie instead of 2. You know, calories don't count this time of year, so you'll be fine. You know. So
Thank you all, and be safe. And as my grandfather always said, be good or be good at it, so you don't get caught. Night, everybody.
bye.